few things that we need to go through. So, first, welcome. I am Sharika Floyd, the Housing Programs Manager here at the City of Winston-Salem. Um, our new CLC Program Manager, Sophia Russell, you guys will start to get emails from her. And starting next month, she will be taking over these mission on ending homelessness meetings and future meetings as well. So the first thing that we have on our agenda is the appointment of new rating panel members. So our rating panel is a group of 7 individuals that are from the community, and they start to review and provide feedback and scoring on the federal funding applications, and they prepare a recommendation for you guys to review. So the rating panel is currently at 5 members. We had 2 members resign. One of them, she completed her time, so she did actually an additional 2 years due to COVID, and she has resigned now that her time limit has been reached. And then a second member went on to get a doctorate. So due to time constraints, they were unable to continue the rating panel. So the 2 new members we have that you guys will be approving for the COC NOFA, which is currently out, is one is a patient navigator with United Health Centers. She works in the community for doing racial work to bring disadvantaged youth and women services, basically where they are. She is interested in this work and through a racial lens of how to make work better for those that are underserved. So she is the first. And then the second member is a consultant that has worked previously with some of our local nonprofits around food, deserts, and poverty. So she is interested in this work to see how better to provide wraparound services to those that are experiencing homelessness. And that's the lens that she is looking for. So first, we would just need a motion or be able to answer any questions for the appointment of those 2 new members.
I would agree to the appointment of the new members.
Do we need to make motions, Sharika?
Yes, please.
So I'll either make the motion or second it, whichever one that falls in. This is Shane.
I make the motion to accept
Okay,
or
Trina,
approve.
you wouldn't be able to accept it because you're one of the funded.
Oh,
Then I'll
okay.
make the motion and we'll look for a second. That'll work.
And I second, this is Richard.
Thank you, Richard. So the CES update. It has been a wild ride for us creating, as you guys know, we did a redevelopment of the Commission on Ending Homelessness and I'm sorry, of the COC. So we did a restructure of the governance charter. We started there. From the assessment that was done by Homebase, which is a consultant that came from California to review our homeless system, they stated that we struggled with accessibility and intake and assessment when individuals are looking for services. So basically, people around the community, the feedback that they gave was they don't know where to go, who to call, and there's really not anything in person to help you when you're in crisis. So from this assessment, we decided to do move in person to offering those triage services, which is the coordinated entry system. As of today, the CES update, we originally started with a partnered agency who was going to lead this effort. As of today, we are looking at city staff will be hired temporarily in this role until we can get a partner agency to come on board. So with those changes, we did want to let the commission know that as of September 1st, with the CES, there will be city staff who will be taking those roles on There has been a contract process with 211 to manage the phone lines for us 24/7. They'll be able to manage those for the next year with an option to renew next year. But that would be the changes that will be made effective September 1st. United Way has pulled out, so the city will be taking on that role temporarily until we can get a partner agency to come in. So that loan phone number, that 336-721-9327, you guys will start to see some marketing pulled out to kind of just push everyone to call 211. You'll see some information around city staff will be co-located at the DSS office for families, and then City with Dwellings has partnered with the city to focus on individuals at their one-stop location over downtown. So that is the current structure that we will be moving forward with in September 1st. If there are any changes during that time, we'll definitely come back and update you guys. But just to keep the system rolling as of September 1st. So let me know if you guys have any questions about that. So the next item is a voting item, and this is an organization update. NOFA, so it is the funding time. So we are working away on applying for next year's funding, which is an average of usually $2.8 million for those that are experiencing homelessness. With that, a lot of our agencies have changed their mission or changed direction with their new executive directors. So this has caused us to have to change some of the recipients of those grants to keep these programs running. HUD provided some information. I'm going to send this out to you guys, but HUD provided basically a one-pager of what a policy that needs to be created in case there is a situation like this that occurs. And that does have to be approved by you guys. So I will send that out to you guys because I just finished it yesterday. So I will send that out to you guys to read, and then you can go via email. But basically what this policy entails is when there is an agency that chooses to pull out from receiving their federal grant, we have a way to place people or the partner agencies or whoever in that recipient role so that these programs don't stop. Right now, we have about 3 programs. One was the CES program, and then the other 2 are actual housing programs, so project-based voucher programs, where the recipients are pulling out. And in order to keep those funds going, we want to make sure that we can place additional recipients in those roles so individuals don't lose access to their housing or their vouchers. So the grant policy allows us to, within 60 days, if an organization is closing immediately or stopping services within 60 days, we can go to the commission and let them know of any individual partner agency that may be interested or that has the capacity to take on that grant without having to do an RFP. So in doing that, we would have to provide a transition plan to you guys and also provide information around the type of performance that this subrecipient has had, also their feasibility as far as financial feasibility and things like that. If it is within more than 60 days, then the idea is that we would issue an RFP or a letter of intent to get applications to see who are interested. And then that would do the same process as usual. We would bring those forth to you after the scoring, and you guys confirm which recipient will take those on. So this was created just as the year has started with a lot of changes in different partner agencies not being able to continue the grants, just having something in place that allows the system to continue going when we need to put someone in place of another recipient. Any questions about what this is or
Shrika, you said you're going to send this out for our review and we'll vote on it at the next meeting. Is that correct?
I am going to send it out for your review, and the next meeting is September. So yes, you will vote on it at the next meeting because there are 2 projects that are going to fall under this of the NOPA. So we would need to know how to keep the funding going for this grant season. So this will be voted on in the next meeting. And then this also will start coming to you guys. So if there is an agency that wants to move more than 10% of their budget, that would start to come to the commission. They would need to get approval from you guys to be able to do that. If they want to change the site of a project, that will also come to you guys. Or if they want to stop any services that they said that they were going to do previously, they would need to get approval before then. So, and then there's a non-compliance policy. So if there is non-compliance, you guys would have the discretion to determine the consequences, which may include reducing funding for the next COC competition. But I'll send this out to you guys so that you can review this before the next meeting. And then that way we can move forward with what the next steps would be for those organizations who will need to find additional recipients. And that was the organization. And so I will get that out to you guys. Pit count. So the pit count is the point in time count. It is held on the last Wednesday of January. Shane brings out his amazing van and we ride around and we count those that are experiencing homelessness and we offer those who are living unsheltered services. So it is a huge event. It is required by HUD that we do it biannually, but our COC does it annually just to especially since our street outreach numbers, our street homeless numbers increased. It allows us to stay up to date on how many people are living unsheltered. So living on the streets, in cars, abandoned buildings, and things like that. So you will start to see a push for volunteers for the pit count. There was a street outreach collaborative that you guys approved for us to create. And that street outreach collaborative is the group that will be gearing up to host and to coordinate this year's pit count. So if anyone is interested on being a part of that collaborative or even coming out that night to assist, whether that's inbound, helping people who are coming in and handing out supplies and things like that, or outbound and going actually out with the team, let us know. There's also things that we have to do beforehand, such as get donations, create a website, volunteer forms, and all of that. So any assistance that you guys are willing to provide is definitely appreciated. So definitely let us know if there is any interest. Okay. And then our last announcement is on September 25th at the Liberty Street Market. We are bringing back Project Homeless Connect. So Project Homeless Connect has been about, what, Trina, 7 years? Is the last one? 7, 8 years, the last one.
Yeah,
So,
close to it.
Project Homeless Connect is a one-stop shop basically for homeless services for those that are experiencing homelessness. And it allows them to meet various service providers that are in the area, get to know more information about where they need to go if they're experiencing different situations. Right now, we have about 25 different service providers signed up. We have a shower truck that will be there, as well as some of the medical buses that are around the community. So we are asking that if you guys are able to definitely come so that you guys can be a part of this. And if you guys have an organization that would like a table, definitely reach out so that we can make sure that you guys have a table. But Project Homeless Connect is back effective 2024, and we're hoping to do this every year or just bring this back as a way to provide services to those that are usually, we're not able to assist. So kind of a short meeting today. The only other update that we have is that next time we meet, you guys will be voting on the federal funding applications, which was supposed to happen this meeting, but HUD delayed the release. So we are looking at doing 2 different applications. One for COC builds. This is a new application that we released. We're looking more into it to see if it is possible and what projects may be possible for this one. This is to build housing. It is one of the first notice of its kind. So that is the first one. And then the second one is your annual notice of funding opportunities for COC funds that you guys vote on every year. So this is the first year it will be biannual. So they have moved that process to a biannual process. So you guys will be voting on the grants for this year, which will automatically be approved next year, but we will still come to you guys next year to determine based on performance if anyone needs to be decreased, reallocated to another agency, or if there needs to be new agencies added on. So that is going to be the new process effective this year for those funds. So in the next meeting, you guys will be voting on all of those funding allocations. Any questions before we adjourn? Okay, so I'll send out the policy change so that we can get your approval before we update it in our charter. Once we get the approval, we will update it in a charter, and we will be back next month to share with you guys the funding recommendations for your approval for the next year's monies that are coming to us for CNC. All right, thank you guys so much.
Great. Thanks, Reagan.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank
Bye.